The Pittsburgh Penguins have slayed the dragon. Finally, they have beaten the king, checkmate, dethroned him, knocked the Rangers out with their 6-2 win on Saturday, scoring 10 goals on King Henrik Lundqvist, King no more, in their past 2 games, yanking him from the net twice, barely testing Antti Ranta. They were not good in the third period, but they won the game 6-2, and it was a otherwise dominant performance, at least in the second period, for the Penguins. And now we get to see Crosby versus Ovechkin round 2. The matchup we've all been waiting for. But because the NHL is silly, the Eastern Conference Final is coming in the second round because LOL NHL. Just like we saw what could have been a Western Conference Final with Chicago and St. Louis in the first round because LOL NHL. And they have weird rules when you have the 2 best teams in the West facing off in the first round and the 2 best teams in the East facing off in the second round. Makes no sense. Either Ovechkin is going to slay his demons and finally get to the conference final, which is amazing. He has not been to the conference final, by the way. Or the Penguins are going to continue their dominance and beat the Capitals. I personally am picking the Penguins in 7. I think it's going to be a really close series. But Matt Murray outplayed Henrik Lundqvist. There's no reason he can't outplay Braden Holtby. The Capitals are a much better opponent, and Matt Murray's going to have more work cut out for him, especially playing Ovechkin. But he's played Ovechkin before, and I like the Penguins' depth better. I like their bottom 2 lines better. At least their fourth line. Washington, after the top 2 lines, I don't think it's as good. Tom Wilson's terrible. Jason Chimera, it's not very good. But their top 3 lines are solid. Defensively, Pittsburgh's better. Washington's given up fewer goals because they hold me in net, but I do like Pittsburgh's defense better. It would be even better if we had Pouliot and Schultz playing, but we know that's never going to happen. But after the top 3 defensemen, Washington's defense is not great. You have Niskanen, Carlson, and Alzner. And then there's not real whole lot after that. Orlov's not bad, but he's young. And Brooks Orpik, LOL. And Taylor Torney, LOL. So it's going to be a very exciting series. Everyone in Canada is very happy because, yay, TSN and Sportsnet, yay. Well, Sportsnet, their ratings will be coming back. Not so good for NBC because other than that matchup, you're going to have St. Louis and Dallas, and you're going to have either Anaheim, Nashville versus San Jose. Not great traditional hockey markets. Great hockey. All the series will be fantastic, but not great traditional hockey markets. So they're not very happy about that because now you have Chicago's out, you have the LA's out, you have the Rangers are out, you have the Islanders, which are the second team in Brooklyn, which are not nearly as popular. You have Tampa Bay, which is becoming more popular, but again, it's Florida. It's still a Florida team, so they're really counting on Pittsburgh and Washington to bring home the money and to go to 7 games. So I think we'll have another epic 7-game series, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But about the game, everyone on Twitter has been talking about how the Penguins were dominant that game and how they were dominant the whole series. Really, the Penguins only really had one good period that game. That was the second period where they scored 4 unanswered goals. They were very outplayed in the third. They only had 5 shots at Antti Ranta. The Rangers really piled it on. They really tried hard to. They really tried hard to get another goal on Matt Murray, but Matt Murray was excellent and had some high quality scoring chances that he made saves on. Second goal, he took a penalty, but he didn't have much chance on the actual goal itself, and he didn't have a chance on the first goal either. So, for everyone talking about how dominant the Penguins looked, they actually did lose the puck possession battle this series, which is very surprising because they've been an excellent Corsi team all season, but we did see it start to trend in the direction when Matt Murray came back and when they started getting wins. However, I did feel like they sat back on their heels. I know I'm nitpicking here because they won 6-2, but I did feel like they sat back a little on their heels in the third, and the Rangers just kept pressing, and the Penguins They kind of went into a defensive shell. Maybe that's because their coach just told them try not to score anymore or whatever. But it was a little. I didn't really like what I saw. It was a little bit too nerve-wracking. But the Penguins were opportunistic, and they did force the turnovers as I've done all series, and they shut them down on the PK, and they were faster, and the Rangers could not keep up. So overall, the Penguins were the better team, but I would like to see that puck possession get cleaned up, especially against a team like Washington. You have Ovechkin and Kuznetsov and Burakovsky and Backstrom and Williams and Oshie. But I think it's going to be very evenly matched. And then, after we beat Braden Holtby, we're going to have to face Ben Bishop. So the goaltending in the East is really good this year. Definitely better than the goaltending in the West. So Lundqvist, Holtby, Ben Bishop. Not an easy task. The last time the Penguins won the Cup, they faced, I don't even know who it was in Philadelphia, but then they also faced Cam Ward, who was good but not amazing. And then they had Semyon Varlamov, who after Game 3 really was not good. And then they had Chris Osgood, who was the end of his prime and not that great in the final. So the Penguins definitely have a harder road ahead. But this is the best I felt about a Penguins team since 2009. This is, I think, probably the best team Crosby's ever played on, best team Malkin's ever played on. We actually have four lines who can produce, four lines who can score. When you think about Matt Cullen and Thomas Kuhnhackl and Ron Ross as the fourth line, 5 players or more had at least a point in the series. I think 10 of 12 forwards had 1 point, and 5 players had more. Chris Kunitz was one of the few who didn't have any. He did not look great, but pretty much every single player had a point. I think Oscar Sundqvist also didn't have a point, but he only had 1 game. So this team looks really good. The depth is very impressive. Phil Kessel's playing on the third line, and he's third on the team in points. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. So that's all I have for this video. What do you think? The Hawks and the Kings are both out, which leaves the Penguins as the last team left in the playoffs still to win the Stanley Cup, which I find hilarious because Boston didn't make it and Kings and Hawks just won all the cups and now they're out. So that's quite funny. So maybe we'll win another one. What do you think about how this year's is shaping up to be round 2? Round 2 starts tomorrow, which is silly because Game 7 of Anaheim and Nashville is also tomorrow. LOL, NHL, you're weird. But that's going to be a great game, and that's also been a very good series. So let me know what you think. Put predictions in the box below, and have a good day.